Everybody? Yeah, welcome to the Mike Dolce Show. So good to be here once again, my friends on YouTube. Feel free, as always, to leave questions in the live chat. We're going to give it a moment or two for you guys to jump in. We're going to be talking about what I call the 12 pounds of Christmas. We've all heard of the 12 days of Christmas, right? Well, this is the 12 pounds of Christmas. In fact, most people will gain 12 pounds between Halloween and January 1st. This is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Because then January 1st, people jump in and they want to start their New Year's resolutions and lose weight. But you're starting 12 pounds worse off than you were just a few weeks prior. So, what we've started here on December 13th, 12 days before Christmas, we call it the 12 pounds of Christmas. How can you actually lose 12 pounds between now and down the road? Now in December 25th, now in January 1st. We're going to break that down. I want to give you a few things. MITED. I'm dropping this in the chat right now. You can save 83% right now, 12-month unlimited access to our total body transformation platform at thedolcediet.com. It is absolutely incredible. I'm going to share that briefly with you right now so you can take a look and see what this is. Now, listen.
Never knew about this lifestyle or how good it could be. I thought it was like, oh, just for professional athletes or something.
I feel happy. Like, I'm not afraid to take off my shirt or whatever.
I feel much better, dude.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
I haven't been this weight since high school.
What I'm most excited about is I just feel better.
My wife says you're a different person. I'm happy, go lucky. I have energy. My fucking workouts are so much better.
When I think back, like, wow, it has been almost a year that I've been doing this. Has changed my life.
30 pounds since I started, which feels really good. And I'm like, there's something to this.
I'm swinging between 183 and 186.
I don't have to take a nap anymore. That's like very shocking to me because normally I'd have to take like an hour nap in the middle of the day. And now I've like forgotten about it because I just have energy.
And I feel great every day.
I love it.
I'm starting to see huge changes and everyone else around me starting to notice too.
I was like down such a hole. Like, I'm like, I can't fix this. Like, I've never been at a point in my life where like my body, like I couldn't fix. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm getting like fatter. And it was so bad. But like, this is like already helped me a ton.
How the meals are structured, I feel really good. And I'm leaning out.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can do this. Like I can totally transform my body to where I want it to be and be confident and like, you know, not be so self-conscious about certain things.
I'm stronger.
My wife's like, look at you. Like, your abs are coming through. My shoulders are getting bigger. My back's getting wider.
Some women who are like, no, I need to have something sugar coated. I need to say a little bit nicer. And I'm like, no, get your shit together. You got to talk to yourself like that sometimes too.
I feel like mentally, everything has just changed for me.
Through this, I'm going to be in the best shape I've ever been.
My clothing fits much better.
I even got to wear a dress this last weekend that was like backless and I tucked in a shirt with shorts, which I had never do. So thank you, Mike.
If you knew me on a personal level, you know I'm not someone that follows. And I started following you on Instagram. I'm like, what's this guy's program about? And then I realized like, you're a very humble guy. You're a family guy. You're not fucking bullshit. You say what's on your mind. And I got a lot of respect for you, buddy.
I want to thank you. Like, you really do make a difference. And I know it's like, I mean, like, I've never met you before, but like, you have impacted my life like already greatly. And like, so very grateful.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this and doing this for people because you're like a celebrity trainer, for crying out loud.
This is the best I've felt.
It's been a huge blessing. So thank you.
I'm 34. And I would say when I'm 35, I'll be in the best shape I've ever been in my life.
Boom. Right, guys? Real people, real results, No gimmicks, no BS, no garbage. This is it. And we can go into this. There's just so much more that I can share with you about this. And I just wanted to briefly bring it up to you right now to say, hey, like, now is the time to start. Now is the time to begin. Now is the time to take back control of your life. Now is the time to get an 83% discount. Like, you can click that link in the chat right now. It's in the show note description. If we do post this as a podcast, it's there. You could save 83% on a 12-month unlimited access to dramatically transform your life. Everything is taken care of for you. We say it's like setting the GPS to your future body. That's the way we describe this. So again, I don't want to go too long on it. I wanted to share with you. I wanted to make sure you had access to it. And get started now. Get started. Get started before the price changes. That's the most important thing. Do not get mad if the price goes up, when the price goes up, and you miss the opportunity to save 83% on a 12-month unlimited total body transformation program. There's more workouts there than you could ever do in an entire year. You have your choice of workouts, more than a year's worth for 12 months. Right? So there's abundance of opportunities for everyone. I don't care if you're an elite athlete or if you're a stay-at-home mom. It's all there for you. So let me jump into some questions here real quick. We have USA Wrestling. Boom. Started 3 weeks to shred it with the Dolce Step Method. I've been only cutting 2 to 3 pounds of water, where before I was torturing myself to pull up 12 pounds of water. Jesus, before my wrestling tournaments. This is, I mean, it's terrible, but it's so common, right? Working with so many wrestlers over all these years, I understand exactly what you're dealing with. He goes on to say, it actually almost makes me sad looking back how bad my life was the first half of wrestling season. I would start 146 and get down to 133 every week. Thank you, Dolce. My goodness, I am so happy for you, so proud of you, so happy to be a part of this journey for you and with you. Right? I mean, I've been there. It's huge. It's huge. So everyone joining in right now, feel free to ask questions. Ben says, you one of them ones. Boom, Ben, I'm working hard. I'm working hard for you guys. Now let's talk about the 12 pounds down. 12 pounds down. Ask questions, by the way, inside the chat. 12 pounds down of Christmas season, the holiday season. We'll call it the holiday season because I know it's non-denominational, people of all walks, all backgrounds, all lifestyle. Everybody right now is overeating. Everybody right now is enjoying family and friends and parties and vacations and food, robust food. I mean, come on. I love food as much as everybody else, but I love being shredded, jacked and stacked and buff way more. Way more. I love it way more. And this is what we have to start to understand. We have to first make a philosophical change. Food is not a distraction. Food is not an escape. Food is not a punishment. But most people unconsciously treat food as that. They treat food as an escape from all the stress and all the anxiety, all the fear, all the frustration in their life. They treat food as a punishment from the traumas they suffered when they were children that they just can't shake. So they hurt themselves. They poison themselves with food. Food that makes them feel good in the moment, but it doesn't. It simply distracts them from past traumas. And as soon as they're done eating the meal, they feel sick. You feel sick. And then you feel guilt. And then you wake up the next day bloated, puffy, slow, uncomfortable, heavier, less capable. So now you're unconsciously using food as a punishment. You're punishing yourself. And I'm here to tell you right now, you don't have to punish yourself anymore. You are amazing as you are. You deserve all of the great things in life. You deserve infinite success, joy, happiness, love, respect, trust, support. You deserve it all. And we have to slowly start walking away from our past traumas. Now, you didn't log on to this and think that I'm going to be talking about this right now, right? I'm a fitness dude. I'm an MMA dude. I'm a weight loss dude. No. I'm an elite coach of elite athletes. Chicken and rice is the least of what I do. I'm the best in the world at what I do because I understand the psychological, the socio-emotional impact of food and behaviors. And having this conversation with you to understand that you can let go of your past traumas. They do not define you. Now, you cannot repress your past traumas. You cannot pretend that they never happened. You cannot ignore them. You must embrace them. I say you want to reach down deep into your soul, grab that demon by the throat, pull it out, and stand it next to you. Bring that demon out into the light of day so you're no longer hiding from it. You're no longer repressing it. You're no longer controlled by it. Now you have control. Now you have control. And with the control, now you can lead the way. Now you're in charge. And once you're in charge of the demon, you can dictate where you go. You can dictate what you do. You can dictate now the trajectory of your life. And this is the first thing. I missed the three things. Give me the quick list. I'm guessing list, cardio like walking. Blanco, hang out, my friend. Listen. Everybody else ask questions. Excuse me. At the end of this, I'm going to jump into a robust Q&A. I want to answer all your questions. Now, what am I talking about, right? The reason why you're not more fit, the reason why, look at that thing, bam. The reason why you're not jacked and stacked right now, you're not walking around at 8, 9, 10% body fat right now. The reason why you're not making 6 and 7 figures, the reason why you don't have a robust net worth, the reason why you're struggling with your interpersonal relationships, the reason why you feel lost and lonely and depressed throughout your day, the reason why is because you haven't taken the time to reclaim control over your life. Now, the people I come in contact, and I perform about 1,000 coaching calls per year. I typically host 4 coaching calls per day, 5 days per week, 50 some odd weeks per year on average. I coach multiple other groups, coaching groups. I have my mentorship group every Wednesday night for men. It's called the Inner Circle. Every Wednesday night, I have the Living Lean Coaching Club. I have 2 of those. We have a few spots open on Saturday mornings right now. If anybody's interested, send Gabby an email, gabby@thedolcediet.com, to get into the men's group or one of the weight loss groups. So I have a lot of deep personal conversations with a wide variety of humans from around the world, from all walks of life, all backgrounds. And I understand very intimately what's going on out there. From high level people, down to people that are just kind of struggling, couch surfing, in between jobs, no career direction, divorced, separated, battling addiction. Like, those are symptoms of the deeper issue, which is the lack of personal accountability, the lack of autonomy over your decisions, over your life, over your direction, the lack of empowerment, which is you knowing and believing that you are fully in charge of your success. And in the blink of an eye, you can create the life that you most want and most deserve. In the blink of an eye, you can create the life you most deserve. And that's not some Tony Robbins esoteric BS. That is the truth. Because your very next decision can take you now closer to that life and farther from the old life. Or you can keep circling the drain, following your old pattern of behavior, which is usually built by your past traumas and your misconceptions about life. So if you're struggling right now, with where you are in life, you are one decision away from fixing it. And you need to hear this. You need to surround yourself with other people, powerful people, empowered people. You need to understand that you're not alone in this. And that, yes, it is possible. Now, I've been there. I've walked the walk. I've walked the journey. In many ways, my story's worse than many of yours. I'm not going to say it's the worst you ever heard. My story's pretty fucking horrible. My background, my childhood traumas. Father has a massive stroke when I'm 8 years old, put in the hospice, later dies of a heart attack. My single mom, who never had a job in her whole life, is now responsible to take care of 4 kids. Dad's out of the house, the only paycheck she's ever known. She has no real world skills. The house gets foreclosed on, double mortgage, bankruptcy, heat gets shut off, electricity gets shut off, running water gets shut off. And we live in this shell of a home that's decaying around us for my entire childhood. This happened when I was 8. By the time I was 17, I was living in my car that I bought for $200. A 1982 Buick Monte Carlo. My senior year in high school, I'm living in my car. My home finally foreclosed on, sold at a sheriff's sale, knocked down, and turned into a parking lot. I spent my entire grammar school and high school living in a home with no heat, no running water, no electricity. I used to have to sneak in, which means break in, to the local community center so I could shower. Childhood traumas. Oof. No food. I would go to school so I could eat. I didn't care about my education. School, I could be warm and I could get at least 1, if not 2 meals. All true. Now, did I let my childhood traumas dictate my life? Woe is me. I'm a victim. Never be successful. This is my lot in life. Welfare, handout, entitlement programs. No. I took responsibility. And I only share this because I reached down deep, like I said earlier, and grabbed my demons and I brought them out into the light of day and I took control. My childhood does not define me. It happened to me. It happened for me, but it's not my fault. It's something I experienced. What did I gain from the experience? And how can I apply that information today to be successful? That's what I want you to think about. Remember, I'm talking about weight loss right now. Yes, 100%. But in order to get to the weight loss, we have to make a formative perspective change. You have to live your life differently, which means you have to see your life differently. In order to do that, we need to reach down deep into our soul and we need to have some introspection. We need to take responsibility for our life. We need to take responsibility for our actions. And then as soon as you do that, then you become in control. Then you control the things you consume. You control the things you do. You can control the conversations you have. You control the environments you're in. You finally have control. And most people who suffer, they're simply out of control. So there's not a lot of questions here. What's up, General? Good to see you. Blanco, yesterday, the most previous live stream was the 3 things. The fat loss hack. The title came up like this because I'm still figuring out the technology, the live stream technology. So I apologize for that. This one was supposed to be called the 12 pounds of Christmas. 12 pounds. Yeah, I think the 12 pounds of Christmas. I'll have to tweak that name here in a moment. California, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you. Now, for those missing, those looking, those who need some sort of plan to follow, click the link in the chat. Save 83% right now on our 12-month unlimited total body transformation program at thedolcediet.com. That Black Friday sale has been extended. Take advantage of it. Also, for those interested in leveling up and understanding, well, how can you teach this? How can you help change people's lives also? Well, you can become a Dolce Diet certified coach. January 18th and 19th, live and remote via Zoom. We are a NASM approved provider, an AFAA approved provider. I mean, these are some of our events accomplishments. I mean, I'll leave the link in here. There's a link in the show notes. You want to help change people's lives? Well, we can start together. Inside the chat, the link is there in the show notes. So, guys, this is your chance to reframe your perspective, to better understand why you are where you are and how you can get to the next objective, whatever that might be. Weight is easy because it's simple. It's numbers. It's math, right? But that's reflective of a psychological change, a perspective change. And that's really what I want you to do. Rachel says, do you believe pride in myself will reverse autoimmune disease or general inflammation? All the doctors want to do is pile on drugs. Interesting question. I don't know if I quite understand it, Rachel, but let me try and help. Yes. Empowering yourself as the advocate for your health. will absolutely improve your condition because you're no longer helpless. You're no longer a victim. You are unique, which is beautiful. You are you. We are all unique. We each have our own strengths and our own vulnerabilities, just like the greatest of superheroes. So you, Rachel, are a superhero. Certain things about you are absolutely incredible, so much more powerful and beautiful than any other human on this planet. You then have some vulnerabilities that make you unique and make you you. Understanding that, embracing that, well, that's where you gain autonomy over that and are empowered. Now, when we talk about autoimmune issues, we always want to think immediately towards anti-inflammatory lifestyle protocols. And you're asking another question. Do you believe diet and lifestyle has the power to reverse autoimmune disease and inflammation? Absolutely. All the doctors want to do is pile on drugs. Absolutely. Now we're supposed to say diet and lifestyle. Get it? Okay. I know for a fact that diet and lifestyle has a dramatic impact on improving autoimmune disease disorders and conditions, especially those relating in chronic inflammation. How do I know this? Because we know certain foods dramatically initiate inflammatory responses, dramatically impact our immunity's ability to do its job. The drugs don't even fix the problem, they just cause more problems. I'm sorry, it's just terrible. Rachel, I am so sorry to hear this. I'd love to know more about your unique situation. Now, let me briefly speak to myself. So recently I suffered cervical spine injury that results in dramatic inflammation. Now, what is inflammation? Inflammation is a immune response to a physical trauma, or can even be emotional trauma. But in this case, it was a physical trauma. The inflammation is the immune system responding to a disruption in my physiology. The doctors just wanted to give me drugs. Drugs and time. Drugs, PT, and time. I was like, well, I don't want to take the drugs. They're like, oh, well, you're going to be in pain. I said, well, I'm going to be in pain anyway. So let me be aware of the pain. Let me not cause further pain and damage and side effects with the drugs. Let me address this on my own. And what did I do? I controlled the things that I can control, which is number one is my level of sleep. I can ensure I'm getting optimal sleep, allowing my body the best possible benefit to repair itself. To the best of my ability, I can control my stress, my stressors, the people in my life, the situations I'm exposed to, the conversations, the external stimuli that are around me. I can control that and reduce that. And I can remove those stressors from my life. So I can improve my sleep. I can reduce my stress. And then, most importantly, I can absolutely control what I consume. I can consume the most pristine nutrients on the planet that will help my body repair itself, while rule number one, not initiating any inflammatory response. Rule number one, do no harm. So I can eat low inflammatory, high net nutrient, healthful whole foods to dramatically improve my health. So what happened to me? Well, in a little over 2 months, I was actually at the 6-month recovery point. So from 3 cervical herniations resulting in foraminal stenosis, 1 thoracic herniation, also foraminal stenosis. All the nerves, all these herniations were pressing on nerves, one of which was actually moving into the spinal column, which could lead to certain forms of paralysis or immediate surgery. Scary stuff. I'm a fit and active guy. It's not an option. The doctor wanted to do what? Give me drugs to mask the pain. He said, well, it's not going to heal. It's just going to mask the pain. I can take anti-inflammatories that'll blow up my liver and my kidneys. So nutrition is what helped me and I will say fixed me. The lifestyle is what matters. Now, I do a ton of self-education. I every day research it more and more. I've become, for my own issue, quite a bit of an expert in it. Now, I'm going to read the rest of this. So I have preeclampsia, and now my eyeballs are apparently attacking themselves. They can't give me a reason. They say it's autoimmune. However, they also put me on birth control pills, which is terrible by itself. Now, are you pregnant right now, Rachel? Like, I would be curious about that. Preeclampsia is usually during pregnancy or not long after giving birth. So I'd like to learn more. I get what you're dealing with, you're struggling with. Send me a frustrating. Rachel, send me a DM on Instagram if you can. If you can't, if you don't have Instagram, just send Gabby an email, gabby@thedolcediet.com. Send me an email because there's a lot to break down here. And I don't have the time to really give you as much information as I want to give you. And I need more information from you to really kind of give you some better insight. So send me the DM on Instagram. Happy to help give you more information, or just email Gabby. And oh, no, don't be sorry for me. It was a blessing for me. I'm so grateful that I had this issue. It made me a better version of myself. It's good to go through tough times. It's good to deal with pain and sacrifice. It's good to be faced with our own mortality in a real way, which I was. I've only gained benefit from my situation. It has made me a better coach, a better husband, a better father, a better person, a better man. It's 100% made me better, 100% every way, all the way around, especially as a coach, because now I can much better work with people who've gone through similar issues, specifically any sort of spinal issues. I mean, 3 years ago, I had a severely herniated L5S1, that was debilitating in its own way. That was nothing. I mean, that was a kiss on the cheek compared to what I've been dealing with on the cervical side. But I mean, I started weightlifting at 8 years old. I started wrestling at 13, and I never stopped. Right? 5 months postpartum. All right, that makes sense. Rachel, send me the DM. Send Gabby the message, and let's have a deeper chat. Justin says, Dolce, can a walk every night on top of my intense workouts during the day help me sleep better? Absolutely. I train hard, but sometimes I have trouble sleeping. My diet is on point. Justin, absolutely. Yeah, walking is amazing. I would try and start waking up earlier to get to sleep later. And I would set up a sleep hygiene protocol, which means you do the same thing every single night, starting at the exact same time, teaching your body how to unwind. I would suggest melatonin, which I take. I would suggest magnesium bisglycinate, a powder, which I strongly suggest. I would suggest a chamomile tea. I would suggest shutting off all the overhead lights, only having low light floor lamps. Start mimicking the natural cadence of the sun. These are some easy things that we can all do to improve sleep. Guys and gals, I've gone a little long today. which is fine because I love having these chats with you. But I have to jump off now. So I'm going to leave this up, of course. Reading through some of these. Okay, I think I've answered all the questions so far. If you need anything, I'm always here. I'm always available. Whatever I can do to help you in any way that I can. Like, that's why I'm here. That's why I do these things. Whether it's these YouTube videos, whether it's the Mike Dolce Show audio podcast, whether it's our email news list that you can actually go to the show notes and sign up for our email newsletter. Like, absolutely. You want to get on a one-on-one coaching call with me? Absolutely. I'd love to do that. You can actually get a 50% discount right now at dolcedietshop.com. We have massive sale and access and all that stuff. Like, whatever I can do to help you. The 83% discount, which is incredible right now. 83% discount at Bing. Throw this in the chat once again. Almost. I always spell check. I just put that in the chat again. Save 83% right now on our 12-month unlimited total body transformation program. Joseph said, is there a difference between the 12-month program and the Dolce diet? 12-month on Stronger. The 12-month program and the Dolce diet is newer. It has more programs, new videos, new options. So the Dolce diet one is more robust than Stronger. The Stronger one will eventually have some of the programs that are on the Dolce site right now. Won't have all of them. The Dolce one is the most robust, has everything right now immediately, because that's the mothership, right? Everything first is on the Dolce platform. Every update will go to the Dolce platform first. Every new workout, every new video, every new tip and trick, every new feature, every new app upgrade will always go to the Dolce diet platform first. Stronger is awesome, but this one, when you click that link to save 83% right now, that's going to be the 12-month unlimited total body transformation program. All the upgrades is the one I just dropped in there for you, Joseph. So, all right, guys and gals, again, I have to hop off here. I got a call coming in hot right now, but I appreciate you. If I can be of any help, I'm always here for you. I am always in your corner. And until next time, boom.